Hey guys, what is up? Zero here. Welcome back to Doki Doki Salvation Remake. In the last episode, I think we talked with Sayori. I don't actually need to know how many of these episodes I've started off with. In the last episode, we talked with Sayori. This isn't like me like throwing any slights or anything. It's just I realized how many times I've probably just been like, "What? We talked with Sayori." A lot of talking in this relationship, but that's okay. Relationships you need communication. But speaking of communication, we had a lot to talk about. We had a nice heart-to-heart, it seems. And then we slept over at her house alongside Natsuki, who was sleeping on the couch. Again, I don't know if her home situation's gonna really be brought up in this mod or not. Like, it might be, but this is also like, what, Act 4 I think we're on? We could be on Act 3. I don't remember what Act we're on. I kind of wish mods, like, ones that had multiple acts, if they, like, had, like, a little thing somewhere where when you pause, it, like, tells you, like, where it is. Like, it should be in the music box. No music is currently playing. Oh, can I actually? Oh, shit, I actually do have a... Oh. Oh, okay, there we go. Blue skies! That is the music player. Can I just sit here and do this for the rest of the... How do I go to, like, a different song? I need to click this? Oh, no, wait, do I click this? Oh, there you go. Alright. What is it? Oh, can I move the window? Oh, you can move the window? Ooh. Can I create multiple of this window? Oh, no, I can't. Well, now this all needs to leave. Get out of here! Leave! Get out of here! Okay, there we go. Everything's back to normal. Oh, okay, I got scared. Oh, spooky. Anyway, no. This is why rollback has made me too strong. We're on the act we currently are on. That is true, Dragon King. So true. I think we're on Act 3. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think we're going to introduce Natsuki's father, I would assume. I feel like it's kind of late in the story to just... for Natsuki's home life to be talked about at this point. But I don't know. Maybe it will be. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, let us begin. Make sure turn this game up slightly. There we go. I slowly open my eyes. I'm a bit confused at first, as the ceiling I'm staring up at is completely unfamiliar to me. So I feel Sayori's warmth next to me. I mean, completely unfamiliar. You've never, like, slept at her house before? She's sound asleep, snoring softly. Her leg is gently wrapped around mine. Well, that's a nice feeling. Instinctively, I lay my head against hers and try to match her breathing. While trying to wake her, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone to check the time. It's pretty early, but it's also Saturday, so... Oh crap, what if Natsuki walks in? What if Sayori's mom walks in? I mean, she's not opposed to me staying over, but we've never shared the bed together. With all that being said, I really don't want to move. I think also it'd be kind of concerning because Sayori's mom doesn't even know you're here. So I think, despite even the fact that you're in the same bed with Sayori, I think she'd also be quite worried that you're here and she wasn't even made aware of this. Technically, you've broken into her home, MC. About 20 more minutes go by until Sayori moves and groans softly.
Oh, good morning. That was probably the best sleep I've had in a very long time.
Morning. And yeah, same here. Where is Sayori? She's invisible. You're really good at cuddling.
I have a lot of plushies.
Am I a plushie now?
Nah, you're way better than a plushie.
Since I'm in bed, there's her arms out. Oh, there she is. Sorry, I must have removed her bow sometime last night. Who the hell are you?
Huh? What do you mean?
You're not Sayori. What did you do with the real Sayori?
Oh, my bow isn't on my head. I see now.
She's over at me and picks up her world-famous bow and places it on her head. Ah, Sayori, there you are. You have no idea how scary it was to have a Sayori imposter in the room. Her playfully smacks my leg before jumping over me and out of bed.
I'm going to go shower. Just a word of advice, though. Make sure to head downstairs before Natsuki wakes up. Probably wouldn't be too thrilled to see you come out of nowhere like this.
That is a wonderful idea. With that, Sarah grabs her clothes and a towel from her closet and leaves the room. Also, I've just now been made aware Natsuki staying over makes more sense because it's Friday. Because it was on Friday. Because I was like, oh, okay. Well, now Natsuki, because I think I mentioned last episode, I was like, Natsuki's dad was just okay with her just sleeping at someone else's house. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, if it's Friday, it was probably just a sleepover then. All right, that makes more sense. I quickly follow behind. The last thing I need is for Natsuki to chew me out for sleeping with Sayori. While I make my way downstairs, so Natsuki's still soundly asleep on the couch. I'm not too sure if I should make my way out and come back later, or stick around and wait for Sayori.
Zero, good morning. You're here early. Did you and Sayori have plans today?
Good morning, ma'am. And yeah, I wanted to take her out to go, shopping.
How sweet. Let me whip you guys up some breakfast. I made Sayori some tamagotchi yesterday. Did she tell you?
Tamagoyaki? I don't know. Tamagoyaki sounds more correct. I don't care. I'm not redoing it. I did actually. Couldn't help but think about all those times I used to come over as a kid. They were delicious back then.
Well, I hope I haven't lost my touch. Let me make you some. Aw, only came by earlier. You just missed my husband before you left for work.
Oh, he was here? Dang. Yeah, it would have been nice to catch up with him.
I know. He definitely doesn't like leaving our little Sayori behind. He's a real sweetheart, as much as he tries to hide it. But would it kill him to trust me a little?
That's in the exact same way Sayori does. Huh. So that's where she gets it from.
I'm kidding, of course.
Makes a small little pouty face that is nearly a spitting image of Sayori's.
But I'm getting off track. Let me get started on the breakfast.
Thank you very much. Not often I get to see Sayori's mom, at least for work pretty early in the mornings, and only comes by in the late night hours to take care of Sayori. They work very hard. Long shifts away from home, spending a few hours making prep meals for herself and Sayori. Don't exactly envy that lifestyle, but I do admire her a lot. Especially after everything that's happened.
Huh? What was that? Who? Oh, Zero. What are you doing here so early?
Oh, hey Natsuki. Third and I made some plans for today, so I decided to come over. But this is pretty normal, honestly.
That's nice of you.
Sounds loudly, she says that.
Is Sayori's mom making us breakfast?
Yeah, isn't she the greatest?
Yeah, that is pretty sweet. Where's Sayori?
She's showering right now. Just waiting for her to finish up before we talk about our plans. I think I sound convincing enough. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to rope Sayori into our little white lie. Better a white lie than to say, ah yes, I slept with your daughter last night.
What do you guys have planned?
Shoot. Just shopping. Hanging out.
And you didn't, to be fair, you just slept in the same bed. You guys didn't do anything that badly, MC. Come on now.
If you just, now to be fair, depending who she tells, who he tells. Because if he tells the mom that they slept in the same bed, she might be fine with it. If he tells the dad that they slept in the same bed, might not be fine with it. We might not see MC anymore. He might be gone. I might have to follow a new character. And then the entire mod could be about Monika. You know what? I say he goes for it. Yeah, they didn't do anything bad, right? I don't think they did, right? Like, I feel like he would have mentioned it. Or at least it would have been more alluded to. Because as far as I'm aware, they just slept. Like, that's all it really... Like, as far as I'm aware, I don't think anything actually happened. Especially considering their clothes were still on. Sayori's clothes were still on. All of their clothes... Yeah, no, they didn't have sex. Then we switched to Jim, I.S. Jim, who's like not even in the literature club at all and has like no connection to anything. Just like a completely different story with different characters.
Ooh, shopping again?
Yeah, I guess. What about you two? What did you guys do yesterday?
Oh, just girl stuff. We did bake some cupcakes though. We left yours over in the kitchen. I don't think we forgot about you.
Perfect. Been way too long since I've had a cupcake. I'll talk with Natsuki. There's some footsteps coming downstairs.
Good morning, friends.
Good morning. So, Sayori, where did you want to go shopping today? wink excessively, but also not obvious enough to where Natsuki will catch.
Jeez, you have something in your eye? Oh yeah, we can go to the mall. I went the other day, and I wouldn't mind going again.
God bless Sayori's emotional intuition. Perfect. Let's eat before we head out. She doesn't need emotional intuition. She told you to make up something. It was her plan that you should probably try to save it. It's not emotional intuition. She was actually smart. No. The one time Sayori is actually smart and it's taken away from her.
I knew I smelled something tasty.
Okay, so it looks like we're actually going to have a very much Sayori MC-focused day. Or I guess Natsuki's coming shopping with us. I was like, I thought it was gonna be a Sayori MC focused part. Never mind, Natsuki's here, I guess. All right. I went, maybe she's going home. Sayori, Natsuki, and I all walk outside and take a moment to enjoy the fresh morning air. Oh yeah, there we go. Natsuki says her goodbyes and walks home, leaving Sayori and I to seize the day any way we see fit. Well, there you go. So now back to what I said. We are getting a Sayori and MC focused moment. Let's go. All the MC Sayo fans are rejoicing right now. Meanwhile, Natsuki fans are upset, but it's okay. Probably, I don't know. I had nothing positive to help those people feel better. I just said it's okay. So, I didn't actually plan for us to go shopping or anything, but would you still like to?
Sure. You haven't seen just how big this mall is. It's amazing.
Well, let's see if it lives up to your praises. Is it far?
You do have to take the train, but it's not so bad.
Ah, well, lead the way then. We begin our trek towards the train station. Even though these plans were spontaneous, I think this is nice. I can't help but wonder. Does this mean things are fixed between us now? Or does she still have some reservations about me? I don't know. She's willing to hang out with me, so I think I should be okay. Oh, god damn it! So much for the MC and Sayori part. Sorry. I knew we were getting too much MC and Sayori for it to be true. It's okay though, because I still like Monika anyway. I like Monika and all, but I'm like, my god, has MC and Sayori felt like they've been getting the back seat this entire mod? Like, I definitely appreciate the Monika screen time, don't get me wrong, but like, wasn't this supposed to be about Sayori? Like, the only time Sayori shows up is when it's like something plot important's happening. I feel like I have not seen anything about MC and Sayori's relationship, but I don't know, that's just me.
I'm dreaming again. But this time it's different. I can smell a home-cooked meal. I can hear the sounds of my family. Music is playing. But it's also distant. Out of my reach. Catch glimpses of someone. My mother. Whose own face I cannot recognize. All these wonderful memories. No. None of it for me.
Oh, she's back home.
I slowly opened my eyes. I've left my own couch since I got back from Yuri's. She let me stay at her place yesterday, but I figured I needed to head home soon. I didn't want to burden her with my problems. It's not like she could have helped me anyway. That being said, she was there for me the whole day yesterday. She made me tea, allowed me to read a bit, and even showed me how to play D&D for some reason. She was so nice to me. And I'm still struggling to understand why. I think back to my past. A day that started out as normal as it could have. I never would have guessed it would have been the last time I ever saw any of you guys in the same light.
Are we getting a Monika flashback now? We're getting a Monika flashback now. Okay. I mean, interesting.
I reach into my bag and pull out a few painkillers. My abilities have allowed me to essentially create whatever assets I wish. Painkillers, money, anything a girl like me could ever imagine. Yet, none of it even matters. None of this is even real. Hey, you're here early, Monika. That's true, you are.
That's a wonderful thing to see.
Right. Listen, girls, can I speak to Sayori for a bit? I wanted to confirm something with her regarding some private club details. Oh, well, if you insist. Jeesh, can we have a normal club meeting for once? Whatever. What's up, Monica? You feeling down again? Yeah. I'm getting those headaches again. They're getting really bad. I'm assuming you already took some medicine for it? Yeah. I choke up on my words. I'm realizing something that I've suspected for a long time. I've never built up the courage to even try it. How could I? Sayori's all I have here. Sayori? Do you care about me? Of course I do! Promise me something then. Anything for you. Okay. Try to remember the conversation we just had. I want to try something. And if it hurts, I need you to let me know. Hurts? What are you going to do? Just trust me. I need to do this. I'm not trying to hide it anymore. I wave my hands in the air. Okay. And when I do this, it'll either confirm something that I've already known, or it won't. Deep down, I still hope it won't. Oh. What's up, Monica? You feeling down again? Sayori? Do you remember the conversation we had earlier? You mean about the private club details? Yeah. Why? My heart begins to beat against my chest. Sayori speaks, but I can no longer hear what she's saying. That's right. Slam the air with a splayed out hand. How silly of me to ever assume that you were truly with me this whole time. Of course you're not real. You never were. You're just a PNG on a screen. Nothing more, nothing less. Bam! I collapse onto my knees, throwing up a Sayori that no longer moves. I can do whatever I want. A giggle escapes my lips. I can make this world my own. But my best friend, my only friend in this world, it's just part of a program that never cared about me. None of them did. Tears rolled down my cheeks. I smile. Let out a scream at the top of my lungs. The loudest I've ever screamed in my entire life. Screaming into an endless abyss where nobody can hear me. Time is frozen around me. At first, I considered staying here. I'm not sure how long, but I suddenly get an idea. I've looked into the code extensively, studied the kind of game this is supposed to be. It's a dating simulator, one where a player follows a story and chooses his favorite girl. I'm not one of them. Why am I not one of them? What did I do to deserve this? But there's something else I haven't met. There's someone else I haven't met. The boy. The vessel for a player. But the code doesn't continue until they input a name. And I really am stuck here until that day comes.
Oh, that's an interesting way of describing how the game worked before you showed up. She's basically stuck there until, yeah, we enter the game officially. Oh, it's starting. I hear it.
Zero. That's who you are. Well, I better tidy up the place. Been a while since we had a new member.
Okay. So yeah, so that goes with my little headcanon I had about Monica in the base game, is that she's secretly like trying to hold it all together, but really she is like she's really just like breaking down basically. Like that's kind of how I always felt. That's kind of the little headcanon I always had, especially with like Act 3. I always felt like, because she kind of goes against a lot of the things she says in Act 3, which was something I always thought about. So it's kind of interesting they're going with that too. Kind of like that.
Let out a heavy sigh. So much has changed since then. And in so little time, too. Finally decided to get up from the couch and make myself a cup of coffee. I should probably applaud myself for adapting to normal, everyday tasks this quickly. But I guess it's only natural for all girls like me to know how to make themselves coffee. As I prepare the coffee, I begin to think about something that I haven't thought about before. I've always wondered why the game changed so drastically and so quickly. But I've never actually tried finding out what that means. What does monitor kernel access even mean? From my limited knowledge of coding, it generally means the highest level of access in any given system. In my own name, Monika. Monitor, kernel, access. Realization strikes me like a lightning bolt on a metal pole. I'm not even a real girl, am I? I'm no better than the others. And if I'm being reset, what even am I then? Who am I? I don't even deserve to be in the same world as everybody else. I don't belong in the real world, nor in this one. I think about Sayori. What would you do in this situation? You learn that your entire existence is defined by this one aspect, only for it to be slowly taken away from you. What would you do, Sayori?
What would Sayori do? We have to ask ourselves that. See, chat, in life, sometimes you have many answers to your problems. You have A, run away, B, confront them, 3, call Luigi, or 4, what would Sayori do? Damn, so Zero caused all this? I'm sorry, chat. It was me. I'm sorry, Monika. Ah. It's been a few months since I've played this, but I do think MC Seo gets a lot more screen time. They might get more screen time as a whole, but I definitely think Monika interrupts their screen time way more, I would like to think. Or maybe they get more screen time later, right? Because, like, I don't know. To me, actually, I don't know. For me so far, I feel like they might be either tied or Monika is extremely close to, like, having the same amount of screen time. Because I feel like they definitely have a good amount in terms of, like, both of them. But, yeah. Like I was saying, though, yeah, so I liked the one thing that they said. Hold up. Was it when she was trapped? Where she was, like, she was basically stuck there until... Yeah, there's someone else I haven't met. The code doesn't continue until they input a name. I thought that was interesting. That, like, yeah, basically where they are is basically stuck. They're basically, like, stuck in their own little world until the player inputs a name, I guess. It does make me wonder how the days were before that, though, because I do have some questions about how that even works in their world, right? Because if this is going off of the fact there's a script, what the hell was happening before the player input a name? She seemed like because she didn't seem like she was stuck. She was able to talk to the girls and stuff. It seemed like they were, like, making plans and everything, too. So it does make me wonder as terms of, like, how the world was before that. Like, it does really raises some questions in terms of how the script works here, I think. Not fully aware it works, but I do like how she comes to her realization in this mod, the same realization she comes to in Act 3, because as we have to remember, this is a Monika where Act 3 didn't happen yet. This Monika is specifically right at the end of Act 1. So, you know, unlike Act 3 Monika, where she gets the realization that she's just as fake as the other girls, her realization being when you delete her, this Monika kind of needs another way to get that realization. So I do like how it kind of becomes when she's just looking through the files. This Monika has time to look through the files and comes to this realization. Whereas the other Monika in the base game, things are still working fine for her. So, you know, why would she take that time? I've seen the mod in full. I don't really want to spoil it. In my opinion, this is absolutely a Sayori mod with a meaty Monika side plot. I mean, hopefully that'll seem to change. Because, yeah, for me so far, I'm like, this feels more like a Monika mod featuring Sayori sometimes. This feels like a Monika mod featuring a Sayori romance. Does this follow DDLC plus backstory? No. Kind of. That is something that we were touched on in previous episodes that we kind of got. It's like an abridged version of the side stories story. Like, not fully 100%, but there's some similarities, but it's not 100% like the side stories. So that is why certain things happen differently. That's also why I think why Monika isn't as close to Yuri and Natsuki, because she keeps repeatedly saying like how Sayori's the only one she has, and Sayori's her best friend. So that's how you can even tell this is a more abridged version of the side stories, because if this was going off side stories, I'd argue they're all her best friends, like, you know, like with all the stuff they went through. See, I know this is like an abridged version of the side stories, where I think only the really the Sayori Monika stuff happened, but like none of the other stuff really happened in the side story. So basically just like the first side story, I guess. Huh. I haven't been to this mall in a few years. A lot has changed.
I know, right? It's really cool. Where do you want to go first?
Well, I already went shopping for clothes, right?
I wouldn't be opposed to buying a little more.
Let's go shopping for some outfits then. I'll get something too.
Yay! That didn't take much convincing.
Did you think I would have been opposed to the idea?
No, I just figured you'd choose another place first. Like the anime store, a video game store.
Psh, I don't think I'd ever take a girl to one of those places.
Hey, are you assuming I wouldn't like those places just because I'm a girl?
Well, you're not into those things, so why bother?
Yeah, but I'd go with you because it's what you like.
I was saying, you're into shopping? I wouldn't take you there because it's not what you're into. It's like, I guess, are you into shopping, MC? Oh. Oops. Guess that does make sense when you put it like that.
You're so funny, Zero.
Absolutely nothing I said was funny. It's okay, I know that feel. There leads me to the clothing store, but with an assortment of clothing for men and women. Never been one for fashion. See, so so it's not something you like. You've lied to me. I've been wearing the same t-shirt for years. He's joking, right? Like that's an exaggeration, right? Like, I don't... Like, you could at least buy, like, a bunch of, like, same colored shirts, you know? You could buy, like, a bunch of, like, white t-shirts. Like, he's not just walking around with, like, one... Like, this is a joke, right? Okay, there we go. Wait, so maybe he did have multiple. I don't know. Not that I'm wearing the same one every day. Just have multiple of the same t-shirt. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Okay, so he does have multiple of the same shirt. Okay, like I was about to say. There you go. I was gonna say, okay, so he just has multiple of the same shirt. Why would you word it like that? Why is he justifying himself in his head? There's a lot of questions. I was like, I just realized, why is he justifying himself? Why is he justifying himself in his thoughts?
Come here, Zero.
What is it? Oh. There points to the swimsuit section of the store. There's an assortment of swimsuits and swim trunks, all on sale due to winter coming soon. You're thinking of getting a swimsuit? Sarah nods as her gaze becomes fixed upon a red and white bikini on sale for half off. Guess it wouldn't hurt to pick up some swim trunks and maybe a shirt to wear. I'll see. Oh, what's wrong? Not getting another shirt? Not getting the same shirt, huh? Check the size of a few swim trunks and find just one that fits. Yeah, this'll work. And there's a good shirt, too. The blue floral pattern shirt that is also just my size. Okay, I'm finished.
You're already finished?
Yeah, it doesn't take me too long to choose an outfit. I'm not picky.
Neither am I, but... be patient with me, please.
Of course, Sayori. I'll help you choose some outfits. If Sayori decided on a swimsuit, you then go over to the girls section of the store. Hey, how about this? It looks cute. Point my finger towards an orange and white striped t-shirt and an overall dress.
Oh, hey, that's a cute one. You have a good eye.
Oh, it's the shirt from the picture. From the, I was gonna say Valentine's, but I don't think that was a Valentine's. It was the shirt from the picnic art of DDLC. I was a fashionista in my past life. She giggles if she catches my sarcasm.
I like it. Let's go try it on.
You mean you can try it on? I know mine fits me.
But I need a second opinion.
Okay. I'll be the clothing judge for today. I'm sure you'll look cute in it.
Let's go find out then.
I follow Sarah into the dressing room and wait a fair enough distance from her stall so nobody looks at me weird.
No peeking, Zero.
What? Hey, you wouldn't even... What is that expression? I don't know if I've... She looks like she's, like, angry, but, like, nah. That expression caught me off guard. I was like, oh, her eye. Zany expression. I was supposed to say, that's chaotic evil, the expression. Sarah goes behind the curtain before I could say anything more. There's a few glances from the workers, but I just smile and look down at my phone. So he does seem a lot more peppy. Yeah, she seems a lot more peppy around me. We contrast how things were a week ago. Now I think back on it. Maybe we did need a little bit of a break from each other. Realized that I constantly talked about things that I didn't even understand, which probably only made her feel worse. Paranoia's still there, but I think I'm really beginning to trust her now. Of course, the lingering guilt is there as well. But I think it's okay to just live in moments like these.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, come on out. Sayori comes out wearing her brand new outfit. There it is. It really does look adorable, and it suits her perfectly. Now we need the flower crown! Well, that's definitely a keeper. You look great.
You're not just saying that to be nice, are you?
The outfit looked bad, I will tell you. And this doesn't look bad on you at all.
Awesome. I'll keep it then. I like it too. I have one more outfit to try on. Wait here.
What other outfit? Wait, are you sure you want to show me?
I need a second opinion.
Well, alright, if you're cool with it. My face turned a bit red as I realized that Sayori only had one other outfit with her. Her bathing suit. Okay, Zero, chill out. Just a bathing suit. There's nothing to be nervous about. Okay, never mind. There's plenty to be nervous about. I haven't seen Sayori with this little clothes since, well, never. Weird as a little twirl. Showed me more of her body than I ever thought I'd see.
What do you think, Zero? Does this look good on me too?
Yeah, duh. You look amazing.
I wonder if it's because I'm half naked.
That's not, that's not it. Cross my arms trying to hide the fact that it most definitely it.
Well, I'm glad you like it anyway. I'm a bit insecure about myself, but I still wanted to show you.
Well, I'm glad you had the courage to do so. Alright, great, Zero. Now you're making it seem like you're only happy to see Sayori half naked. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to do this in the first place. Trust me, I think you look great. The bikini suits you well, too. You did it again, Zero. Why don't you compliment the bikini first?
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Maybe we can go to the beach together. We have everything we need now.
That's a wonderful idea.
Alright, that's enough looky-loo for you. I'm gonna change back now.
I don't say anything back as Sarah returns to the stall. Looky-loo? What did she just say? Like, what the hell was a looky-loo? That's enough looky-loo for you. Really hit me with a Dr. Seuss. Okay, now your turn, Zoe. You're right. Well, I gotta try on my swim trunks now. I discreetly touch a hand on my cheek and feel a good amount of heat radiating from it. Great. Starting to think Sayori did this on purpose. But who am I to complain? My guy instincts tell me that this is a surefire sign that Sayori still has feelings for me. Not that I didn't already know, but it does make the idea of telling her how I feel a bit less intimidating.
Alright, I'm ready to go pay.
Sure, let's go. Sarah and I spent a few more hours at the mall. Ended up taking her to both the anime and video game store, leading to plenty of moments where Sayori teased my taste in manga. But she still remained curious as to what I was actually passionate about. I also stopped by a candy store and got a bit too carried away with the amount of candy we got. One of those establishments that let you pick as much candy as you want, and they charge by the kilo. It adds up quick. But Sayori was happy, so I happily paid. As I walk with Sayori towards the exit, I start thinking about what it means to be on a date with somebody. Is this a date? What constitutes a date versus a normal hangout with a friend? Guess it's my turn to drop some hints. Hey, Sayori?
What's up?
Sorry if this is an awkward question, but what do you think it means to be on a date?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. Do you consider us to be on a date right now?
Dang, you turned that right back around. Well, do you consider us to be on a date right now?
I've always thought dates come with certain expectations of what they should be. I haven't really been a fan of that. When you hear the word date, what do you think of?
Well, I guess I've never been one to see dates as going out to the movies or having dinner at a fancy restaurant. But I do think there has to be a bit more to it than just a simple hangout with a friend, if that makes sense.
So it should be easy to call this a date then.
I don't really know how to make this a date. You even want to?
Follow my lead.
She wraps her arm around mine and walks a lot closer to me.
We can call this our first date. Sayori and Zero exclusive.
I'm cool with that. Would you like to have lunch somewhere? We can eat somewhere fancy if you'd like.
Didn't you just say you don't think dates should only involve fancy places?
Hey, I'm just trying to reciprocate you here. Why don't we walk through the city?
That's a great idea. Let's go.
Chat, do you think they're on a date right now? That's a good question. You know, we have a third party they could ask. Guys, do you think they're on a date? I mean, honestly, there isn't many evidence to say that they are on a date. Because I was going to say, well, yeah, I mean, she showed herself in a bikini in front of him. But I'm like, I mean, you could also do that with your friends. So, I don't know. It does depend, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Are they... It matters on what both people think. How it ends matters if it's a date. If it's ending with a kiss, it's definitely a date. Like, you know, we gotta think, you know? Because, again, because she could do technically everything she just did with us, she could do with Natsuki, and that wouldn't be considered a date. So, you know, it's like, you really gotta think about it, right? Today's my birthday. Happy birthday, Grievous. Do you think this is a date? Sarah and I walk together for a bit until we reach a few storefronts. Well, hey, look at that. They have some cool stuff here.
Yeah, look at this.
Sarah grabs a small green clover crown and places it on her head. Okay, well, there it is. Now it's there. But she's not wearing the right outfit. Now I'm mad.
How do I look?
That actually looks pretty cute. You should keep that. Before Sarah has a chance to object, I pull out some money and pay for the crown.
Hey, you didn't have to do that. I could have paid.
Hey, this is a date, isn't it? I'm okay with paying for things.
I can pay too. Tell you what, let's take turns paying for things. If you want something, I can pay.
And if you want something, I can pay. I like your thinking. Genius, Sayori. Third, I walk further into the store. Small space is a trove of various electric items. that was misspelled. Electric items, each corner revealing a surprise. There's a soft melody playing from a speaker nearby, adding to the entire vibe of the place. Towards the back of the store, there's a small display of vintage-looking books, each looking to be about 50 years old or more.
I wonder if Yuri knows any of these.
Sarah runs her fingers along the worn spines of the book, reading each title out loud with a twinkle in her eye. I forget that Sarah is also super passionate about literature, like knowing even more about it than she initially lets on. And I grow ever engrossed in the store's atmosphere. Find a few funny-looking accessories and try them on, posing in front of a nearby mirror. I get a few stern looks from the clerk, but I think he knows we're just two young kids having a good time with each other. On a shelf nearby, the books display lay an assortment of board games, both old and new.
Hey, look at these.
Oh man, that one was my favorite as a kid. Let's direct our attention to a board game called Battleship. Okay, we have to take this home. I'd love to play with the others, too.
Yeah, we can host a game night in the club, or in one of our houses.
Sounds like a good time. Playing Battleship? Are we like 10? We're gonna sit down and we're all gonna play Battleship? Oh, apparently that wasn't electric. That was an actual word. Eclectic. I was like, we're all gonna go around playing Battleship? We're just gonna do that the entire night? Isn't that a two-player game? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Battleship's like a two-player game. it's like, unless we're gonna have like two different games of Battleship going on. Like, I don't know. I don't want to just sit there and watch other people play Battleship. You're better off getting like Monopoly or something, or like Life. Nobody plays Life.
I'll pay for this one.
Wait, we both wanted it.
Good point.
Uno! They should have got Uno. We got Uno in Texas. Uno is a good time for everyone involved. Should have played Uno.
Let's play rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors to decide. Loser has to pay.
All right. Take our positions and... rock, paper, scissors. I chose rock. Chose scissors.
Aw, darn.
Seem awfully thrilled to lose.
I just wanted to pay for you this time. Makes me feel like I wear the big pants around here.
Psh, I know I'm the man in this friendship.
Whatever you say, Zero.
We're making our way to the front to pay. Sayori grabs one of the vintage books from the display and brings it along. See, it's not a date. Friendship. I don't know. Again, that date is really just whatever you want to label it as at the end of the day. The only thing that will change it from, the only thing that 100% confirms a date is a kiss at the end or sex. You know, like you don't do that. I don't think Natsuki and Sayori would do that if she just spent time like that with Natsuki. I don't think that's on that one end. Probably a gift for Yuri. Yuri doesn't need any gifts. She's not here. As we leave the store, bags in hand, there's so much of the day left. So, what's next, Sayori?
I'm a bit hungry.
Your stomach grumbles loudly. There wasn't a stomach noise. Now I have to make it with my own mouth. I tried my best.
Okay, maybe a lot hungry.
Yeah, I could eat too. There's a cafe nearby we could check out. I'm not an expert, but I think they might have food there.
You're so silly. Let's go.
I mean, it's all fun and games till we get to the cafe and they actually like ran out of food and all they have is coffee. Like that Dunkin' Donuts I went to where they were out of donuts. That was actually insane. Have you guys ever been to a Dunkin' Donuts that tells you they don't have they're out of donuts? It's kind of crazy. Like, I legitimately asked them that, why are you open? like, why would a Dunkin' Donuts be open if you don't have donuts? Zero, you ignorant fool. What if they're asexual? Okay, that is true. Good point. All right, then at that point, the only way you can confirm if it's a date is if you both say it's a date then. At that point, yes. If they're asexual, then those are the rules. Sure, but I'm just saying, yeah, like, in terms of actual, like, oh, is this a date? I don't know. Is this a date? Dates, really, at the end of the day, there's no real difference on a date and, like, you know, an outing with a friend unless you both literally call it a date or there's, like, kissing or, well, obviously sex. But, you know, unless you, like, kiss each other at some point during it. Like, other than that, because, yeah, like, think about it, you know? You can take your friends to bumper cars. You could also take the girl you like to bumper cars, you know? Both could be dates. Imagine you go to a pizza place and they tell you they're out of pizza. Yeah, it's like, why are you even there? Sarah and I walk down the street. Our stomachs now growling, basically in unison. Just open the door, a small jingle announcing our arrival. We're instantly greeted by the aroma of freshly baked bread. Ah, yeah, I'm starving now. And I approach the counter, look at the array of options displayed behind the glass.
Ooh, look at these pastries. I think I might get that. What about you?
Well, I don't think I'm in the mood for a pastry. That sandwich over there looks a little too irresistible.
Yeah, you're right. Pastry could be a good dessert, though. I'm torn between that quiche and a ham and cheese croissant. Both sound very yummy.
At this point, anything sounds yummy. Here's an idea. Let's get both. We can share and have a little bit of everything.
Wonderful idea.
I go ahead and place the order and head out to the outside patio to find a seat. Oh no, it's this background. This is the background was saying, oh wait, I've been here before. I've been here before. She doesn't exist. It's all a lie. We find a cozy looking table by a window, away from direct sunlight in front of a well-placed fan. Not that it's hot or anything, but a fan is always nice.
Ah, I'm really glad we decided to come here. They've got everything I like.
I agree. It's not too hard to disappoint you when it comes to food.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Sarah's demeanor changes a bit. It's okay. Hard to disappoint me too. Food's great.
It really is. You remember the time I almost set my house on fire?
Ah, how could I forget? You were trying to cook something, right?
Emphasis on trying.
I like that constant, by the way. It's every like that is like a really funny Sayori constant. Every mod they have to somewhat bring up how Sayori almost caught her house on fire. That is I want every mod to do this. Has to be a law now. Every mod has to bring this up in some sort of fashion about how Sayori has almost caught her house on fire. This is a universal constant between all the universes. At some point, she's gonna try to catch her house on fire, and it's gonna always be due to trying to cook something. Canon event. It's a canon event. You can't change it. You can't. Any mod that has something terrible happening in it, if they didn't mention the fire, that's why. That's why the terrible shit's happening. Sayori, exit music, she never mentioned it. Why do you think all that happened? Exactly. They avoided the canon event. See what happens? Also, people who do not understand what I was referencing earlier, after Sayori was the mod, was a mod that used this exact background. The only reason why I associate this background with that mod is because that was basically this. It was because, well, Sayori was here, actually. That was the main reason. If we were here with Natsuki, I probably wouldn't even think about that. It was because we're here with Sayori, and also because we're, like, in that fucking background for, like, a very long time. So, coincidence that this is another mod where we're with Sayori, and we're using this background. See, if we were here with Yuri, none of this would have happened. Would have been nice. The mod, another one with you, mixed it up and had her start the fire another way. Well, that's the thing. Every mod does it, like, differently. Some of them will be like she tried to boil water. Some of them are like she was just cooking without specifying. You know, it's like she has to start a fire. Did her house catch on fire, Vigilante? Yes, she tells that story at some point. I think it was during chapter 2 or chapter 3. We have her tell the story. I think it was actually during the sleepover. I think she tells the story. I think. Or I think MC tells the story, if I recall correctly.
Emphasis on trying. I do miss when you'd come over to help me clean my room, though.
Yeah, I used to do that, didn't I? Think back to my memories at Sayori. I don't really remember being as friendly as I should have been. Hell, I think I was kind of an ass. I wonder Sayori always doubted my true intentions. Even now, I could definitely see why someone would think I'm just her friend because of what happened. I'm still not sure how to prove that I'm not.
Zero, can I ask you something?
Huh? Oh, sure. What is it?
You think I depend on you too much?
Depend on me? That's a bit of a loaded question. I don't think I understand what you mean.
It's okay. I can try to explain. What I mean is, I don't want to feel like I'm relying on you too much for support, you know?
Oh. Well, I guess that wouldn't be so great, would it?
I don't want it to be a bad thing. I don't know. I guess there's a part of me that wonders what I'd do if you suddenly had to move away or something.
Oh, I get you now.
You do?
Yeah, I think I do. I mean, always be your listening ear, you know? But yeah, it would be unrealistic to think I'm going to be here 100% of the time.
Right. There's always Monika. She's really supportive. Well, she wants to be, anyway.
Hey now, I'm sure she'll try and support you whenever she can. I believe that.
Yeah, you're probably right. She has been trying to reach out to me recently. So I should try to put more faith in her.
Where I'm standing, you already kind of do. What's important is that you're both at least trying, and that is a very good thing. As long as you know that you have people here to support you, I think you'll be okay. You can be really independent, even if you don't realize it. I've seen it firsthand.
Really?
Yeah, you always take charge in situations, even unintentionally, I think. Like that moment with Natsuki and her crappy friend.
Well, sometimes I think that's a bad thing.
I disagree. I think it makes you great.
I really appreciate those words. They really feel nice to hear. But I still can't help but question if I'm still holding you back from being truly happy. The voice in my head tells me I don't even deserve the care you want to give me.
Well, I'm not sure how else to say it, but that voice is a liar. I'm here to prove that dumb voice wrong. I want you to know that you matter to me. I care about your well-being. And I'm absolutely positive the others do too. But today, I'm challenging that voice. We'll replace it with a truth together. Truth being that you are cherished and loved by all your friends. And you're deserving of love and support, just like everybody else. Reach out my hand. Sarah stares at my hand for a few seconds, before she reaches out and interlocks hers. Sarah and I maintain eye contact for a little while. So I notice Sayori blush and look away. I don't think she's gotten nervous around me before. Either that or else too stupid to notice it. Before I could think about it anymore, a waiter comes by and brings us our food. A freshly made quiche and croissant are placed down at our table, with 2 complimentary cups of water. And I give our thanks to the waiter and dig in eagerly, sharing from both plates.
I can't decide which I like better. They're both so good.
I mean, it could be due to how starving we are, but it is pretty tasty. We continue enjoying our meals, occasionally stealing bites from each other's plates or swapping them around if we wanted more of the other. More and more people begin to show up as peak lunch hours roll around, but it doesn't bother me, nor does it seem to bother Sayori. Our focus is entirely on each other. And the meal, of course. She grabs a napkin and wipes her mouth gently.
I'm really grateful for moments like these, Zero. Just being here with you, enjoying good food, and great company.
Sarah jokingly raises her glass as if to propose a toast. I follow suit. I feel the same way. Glad you agreed to come out with me today. We gently clink our glasses together, take a sip of water, and place them back down. I gently tap my belly and sit back in my chair. Man, I'm stuffed. What about you?
Me too. But I don't think my stomach would be opposed to one of those pastries I saw earlier.
We have Natsuki's cupcakes at your place, don't we?
Who's we? I already ate mine.
Ah, I see. Think about this for a moment. Do I really want to do this? Yeah, don't be a jerk. How about we share the cupcake at home? I don't mind. That's not being a jerk. She already ate hers. I was like, how's that being a jerk? She ate hers. I have mine left. Screw off. I'm keeping my cupcake. Get out of here.
Aw, you really do that for me? I know how much you love Natsuki's cupcakes.
Of course. I insist, actually. Enjoying something together with you is always better than enjoying it by myself. If that even makes sense.
Don't worry, it does. I'm still buying a pastry, though.
Before I have a chance to react, Sayori dashes back inside to order herself something. Sayori! This is a goated seed for one reason. Sayori mods make this seem like Sayori's over-reliant on MC. This whole scene addresses that. See, See, there's like a lot of things. This isn't specifically what you said, but just a lot of stuff. Because I always hear people say things like, oh, I'm really glad this mod does this because so many mods do this, do this, or so many mods do that. But then every time like someone says that, I can never recall any mod that I've played that does it. Because like, as an example, I can't recall any mod that I've played where it feels like Sayori is super reliant on MC. Because I'm like, the first ones I'm thinking of are like Purist, Blue Skies, and like Relapse. And I'm like, I don't think she was super reliant on hell, the ending of Relapse kind of shows that she wasn't super reliant on him, if anything, because she kind of can't be. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, as far as the ones I can really think of, I don't think many Sayori mods really have her super reliant on him. If anything, I think it's more of an issue I've seen with Natsuki mods more so than Sayori mods. So I was like, because I think because with Natsuki ones, most of them are like, you know, obviously using MC as like a backbone of, you know, I need you to protect me from my father. Also, I was like, I don't really see it with Sayori. A lot of the time, I just see him helping her. Never seems like she's reliant on him. I never got any of that vibes. OG Salvation comes to mind. Oh, well, then there you go. That was then, yeah. I guess it's an improvement over that then, sure. Because it maybe even OG Salvation. But yeah, no, like a lot of the other Sayori mods I've played, I can't recall any of them feeling like Sayori was overly reliant on MC or anything. It just felt like he was there to help her, and he helped her. But I mean, I do like that. I mean, again, I'm glad this mod adds to the list of mods that don't do it, though. It's just, I don't think this is a common problem, is really what I'm trying to say. After finishing up at the cafe and taking the train back home, Sayori still beams with energy. Right outside, while Sayori puts away her shopping bags. Still so much left in the day. But I don't really feel like spending the rest of the day alone, either. Sayori comes back out, looking as energetic as ever. Hey! So, guess this means our date is over for today, huh?
Well, like I said before, it depends on what you consider to be a date.
Well, usually when dates end, they typically end it off with, you know. Oh boy, am I really saying this?
What are you trying to say?
I don't know, a hug, a kiss, or something. That's just what people usually say, don't they? Ah, suck at the stuff. Forget I said anything. What? Don't look at me like that. Not saying anything, Sayori walks over and wraps her arms around me.
Sayo, thank you for taking me out today. You made me feel really special. Even if I think I didn't deserve it, that doesn't mean I don't appreciate it.
Sayori breaks free of the embrace and looks at me. Her face completely red now. You're welcome. The least I can do. Sayori purses her lips a little and leans in to kiss my cheek.
Sorry, I hope I wasn't out of line doing that. I just did what my heart told me to.
Places my hand on my cheek and smile. It's okay, Sayori. But let me return the favor. I say this confidently, but the reality is I have no idea what I'm doing. I saw this in a movie once. There is something I have to say about this after the scene. I grab Sayori's hand and kiss the back of it gently.
What a gentleman.
Right, I'm going to go home now. I'll see you... Whoa! Nearly triple my own 2 feet. I'm all good. Yeah. Trying my hardest to not embarrass myself any further. What the fuck was that? Like, I don't... I was like a Sonic Adventure 2 fucking... Yeah! I was like, what is this part? What the fuck was this? Yeah! I was like, what the fuck was that? Trying my hardest not to embarrass myself any further, I rush inside and shut the door behind me. Oh, why did I do that? That's so embarrassing. I put myself on the couch and scream into a pillow. Although as embarrassing as it is, I think she liked it. That's why the most physical affection she's shown me. And the same goes for me too. That is what you do at the end of a date, right? Maybe we should search that up online. Maybe just like 0 for real. What the fuck? All right, well now I can talk about this. So, because this mod obviously goes off of the, this MC feels way less suave than the base game MC. The thing that made me notice this was his, like, very much, like, scared thing about, like, getting a kiss, right? Like, what made me notice this was that, because it reminded me that in this mod, the furthest they go is day 3 of DDLC, which is, you know, like, you know, he's about, you know, so I think the last time we saw Sayori was when she saw us about to kiss one of the other girls. But I'm like, I feel like he says, like, what made me realize this, yeah, was that, because I was like, he was totally fine about to kiss Natsuki or Yuri during that scene in the original game. He's like, he's literally like just about to do it without really second guessing it. And then it's like here, he's just like, oh, I don't know. Do we like kiss or something? Geez, like, I don't know. And again, this isn't a problem per se in like any other mod, but it is kind of funny for this one because this is supposed to be the exact same guy. You know, like it's supposed to be the exact same one. So it is a little funny to see that it's like, dude, how are you? Like, dude, you were fine before. Like, you were like way more suave originally. Dude was sucking fingers before. Like, my point was like, he was way more forward without really thinking about what he was doing before. It was like this one, he's like second guessing everything he should do. It's a little funny to see that. It was way more, I guess, confident is the word, because I see chat being like, suave? Well, he wasn't suave. So, guess what? You can still see what I'm trying to say, though. He was way more confident, I guess I could say, back, like, in the original game than he is now. It feels like his confidence kind of left. But anyway, aside from that, that was still a really cute little scene of them. I'm glad they're getting more. I'm glad Sayori and MC are getting more time on screen together. Because as I said, as much as I love Monika and I love seeing the backstory stuff, I honestly associate this mod more with Monika than I do with Sayori at this point. Like, I'm starting to associate it way more with Monika than I do with Sayori. This couldn't be because Monika has the more interesting scenes, though, than Sayori. So that might be why I'm associating it more with her. But, you know, I'm glad we got a full-on, like, hangout scene with them. I'm hoping we get a little bit more. I'm hoping. But yeah. Probably got to stop it here for now. But things are getting interesting now. I don't know if we're officially together. It doesn't seem like we actually really confessed anything. But we're getting there soon. We did mention the beach. So that's probably going to happen next if I had to guess, because, you know, Base Salvation had a beach scene, so I'm assuming we're having the beach scene again with Sayori, which means more MC Sayori time. There you go. But, yeah, that is it. If you'd like to download this mod for yourself, the link is in the description below. This has been Zero. Peace.